Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up your corpus on Antconc so that you're ready to use it in the workshop that we're going to be working together on. I'm going to assume that you've got the instructions already and that you have downloaded Antconc. Just a couple of things to mention about it, but just to make sure that you download it from his official website, Lawrence Anthony's website, and that you download the correct version or release of Antconc. Most likely you'll be on a Windows computer, in which case you use this one, which is the latest version. Although, obviously, if you've got a Mac operating system or Linux, then you would use one of the other versions. I am not so familiar with these versions, so I can't help you out so much with those, but there is a lot of online help. You can see there's a help here. There's also a YouTube channel too, I think. And Lawrence Anthony himself is very helpful if you have any issues uploading it, setting it up, that kind of thing. So I'm going to assume you've got this and that you've installed it on your computer following the relatively straightforward instructions. So once you've got the Antconc, you just click on the icon and you will see this, something like this. If you've got a different operating system, it might look slightly different. So at this point, what I usually do, because I find the writing a bit small, is I just change the font so it's a little bit bigger. Let's go for 14. That should make it a lot easier to read. And you'll see, yes, all the writing is much easier to see now. Now, in the next stage, in what we need to do here is we need to upload a corpus. So we need to add the text that we're interested in into here. It's fairly straightforward to add them, but if you want to make the whole process easier, it's best to create a database. I'll show you how to do that right now. So the first step is to have the files that I've shared with you in a place where you know where they are. So like these ones in health. You should have received a link to this folder. You should have been able to download it, save it in a safe place on your computer. You'll know it's the right ones if you've got the same, obviously the same number of the same file headings or titles or whatever. And also you need to make sure that you've got 81 of these as well. So if you've got 81, you know it must be pretty much right. So I've got them saved in a logical place on my computer under the corpora, so I know where to find them easily. So assuming that is the case, you come here. Well, there's two ways of doing it, in fact. You could open it as a quick corpus, or we can open the corpus manager and create a database. Let's do this second option. Oh, also, sorry, when you come through to here, you will see that this will tell you what is available for you to load. And because I've changed the font, you can't see all the same things. You'll see that he's got a default list. He's got some corpora ready for you to use if you want. We're not going to use those, but we could have. So we haven't got a corpus database yet, so we want the raw files. And what we do to do that is we could add a directory. This is basically a folder on your computer. All I need to do now is find my corpora folder. There we are, corpora. And this is where I've got my health texts. It's ready to go. Select the folder, and you'll see that 81 files have been added here. So that's all great, and we can give this corpus a name. Let's call it ball_health. You can call it whatever you want, of course. Then we'll just create it. And you'll know it's successful when it says corpus created. So this now has created a database file which Antconc will remember. And we can return to the main window to see how that's worked. So here we are, you'll see it's called target corpus. This is the corpus we're focusing on. It's called ball health. It's got 81 files. What's also quite useful is it tells you the number of tokens, that is the number of words which are in this corpus. So it's just under 200,000. Just as an aside here, if you're doing corpus research, please make sure that you do some background reading on what a good size for a corpus is. This is actually quite small, but because it's fairly specific, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But you know, if you are going to do some research, if you want to get published in this area, you should show some awareness of what an appropriate size of a corpus is. Okay, so this now is all ready to go. I'm not going to show you the other features of here, except just to encourage you to have a look through them. So you can see here that there are different tabs, and these are different tools which Antconc makes available to us. And you could try all of these out if you want. The one we're going to focus on is Ngram. I'll just show you very quickly the words, because this is quite interesting. So Word will show you the most frequent words in this corpus. And as usual, the most frequent word is the. The other thing just to be aware of is it will only show you the first 100 unless you change this. You can see there's, in fact, nearly 11,000 lines. That's 11,000, nearly 11,000 separate words in this corpus. If you want to show all of them, you can do that, and then it will just allow you to scroll all the way down. Right, okay, so that should all be straightforward for you. Once you've done that, next time you open Antconc, this corpus should be easy to find. Actually, let's just clear all of this so you don't see anything. So you won't see anything when you open Antconc. You open Corpus Manager, and you should see something like this. And you'll notice here that it says user list. These will be all the corpora that you have created. And because you've created it before, it remembers where it is and it's ready to go. And then you just double click on it to make it target, return to main window, and it's ready to go. Just a final thing, if you do have any issues with this, any problems using Antconc or setting it up, do get in touch and I can give you some pointers.